Sir, I'm also again very happy to announce that the aerodrome license by the DGCA has been given after thorough consultation with other institutions like BCAS, Airport Authority of India, a couple of days back only. And the usual process from now to starting of the operations at the airport, sir, there is a usual time that we keep of 45 days to 2 months. Because now the airlines, once we get them the airport aerodrome license, they plan their schedules. So this is the usual time. Now we are approaching the airlines also and telling them to start planning their schedules. And once we approve the schedules, the actual flights, because now the people also have to purchase the ticket for so-and-so date. So now, because the most important thing for any operations to start is the aerodrome license. Now that this is cleared, it is only procedural and it will take up to 45 days. And we are also planning a big inauguration also in between. So that will also promote the whole Jewar airport in Uttar Pradesh. Chairman, sir, the intention of the government of India has always been to build more airports in the country. And it is exactly with this vision that our Honorable Prime Minister, sir, has launched the RCS Udan scheme, through which, if you look at the last 12 years, we have been able to increase the number of airports in the country from 74 in 2014 to 166 today. This is a number which no other country is able to match at the speed at which we are constructing airports. And we are not stopping here. We want to build more airports. We want to extend our air connectivity into the remotest parts of the country also. And I'm very happy to see when I'm engaging with members of parliament from both the houses, no matter what part they come from, even if they're coming from Kashmir or Andaman or any state where it was once a dream or a big impossible task for them to have aviation connectivity, today they are aspiring that we want to have airport today. And similarly, we have seen that the honourable member has asked for an airport in Kapilavastu. I would request through him that he approaches the state government and the state government writes a letter to us, considering that the land is a state subject and it also always originates from the state government, that we want to have an airport here. Then we will do the feasibility study and the site clearance for that. So if the process starts from the state government, we will definitely support the idea of having an airport there. Sir, regarding the airport development in Telangana, let me just start by saying that, sir, the only airport that was functional in Telangana was the Hyderabad airport. And then back in the day when Honorable Chandrababu Naidu Garu was the Chief Minister of erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, he envisioned to have a much bigger airport and the first greenfield airport of its kind, and that is when Shamshabad airport came into place, and that became the major operational airport for Telangana and the city of Hyderabad. And for a long time, because the area of Telangana is also quite huge and the demand was there from multiple areas that we need to have airports, more airports in Telangana also. And let us start with the Mamnoor Airport, which is in Warangal. Mamnoor Airport is one of the oldest airports in the country, sir. It was pre-British era also. There was a very solid operational airport, and until 1983, if I'm not wrong about the date or the year, 1983, there was Vaidut also operating in. And it is with Airport Authority of India, we have approximately 700 acres of land. But the orientation of the area that is available with us, it is up to, we can only have a length of around 1800 meters, which, like we had a vision that if we want to make the airport operational, we want to have a much bigger runway so that wide body aircraft, we can also have international flights. So we have requested the state government that an additional 250 acres is required. I would like to thank the state government also. They have taken it up on a very war footing basis and they have given us the land. Now, Airport Authority of India is ready with the planning stage. Procedural due diligence is happening right now. And very soon, we want to do the foundation stone. And after that, we are seeing a time of 2 years until which the Mamnoor Airport is going to be operational. It is going to be a big airport where wide-body aircrafts are also going to operate. And it is up to a 140-kilometer nautical distance from Shamshabad Airport, and the NOC has also been given for that. So there seems to be no other limitations for having operations from the Mamnoor Airport, sir. Other than that, two other locations that we are actively looking in correspondence with the state government. One is the Kottagudem area also. Kottagudem, one site was already identified, and when we went for site clearance, there were a couple of limitations, obstacles. There were 2 hills on one side of the site that was mentioned. So an alternate site was also proposed. And in the site clearance process for that, some weather data was requested from the state government where it is still pending. So we are still requesting the state government to send that data. Once that is given, once the feasibility study is properly done, once it looks totally safe for us to operate from that field, then the site clearance will be given for state to take up that project. And the third site that I would also like to mention is the Adilabad Airport. Adilabad Airport, there was once a defense field there. So we have been consulting the Ministry of Defense also so that we can start civil aviation operations there. They have also agreed to give in principle approval so that we can have a much bigger airfield there. And now additional land that is required at Adilabad Airport, the state has been requested to send the additional land that is required. So once that is there, Adilabad also will be looked into. So likewise, Peddapalli also there seems to be a requirement. So we are exploring the idea of having more airports in Telangana, and it is becoming a reality also. Mamnoor definitely is a reality now. And the other airfields, because like I said, land has to be given by the state government for us to start the project. And the state government has been requested to provide that land. Once the information and the land is provided to us, we will take the projects forward. Honorable Chairman, sir, regarding the West Asia situation and the safety, considering the safety aspect of civil aviation operations, the DGCA has immediately engaged with the airlines and issued them circulars, or you can say that they have had multiple meetings with them so that they can only operate when they ensure that 100% safety is there when they are operating to these airports in the West Asia. And also the airlines have given special circulars or travel advisories to the passengers to ensure that the connections, the flights that are happening or not, if they are cancelled or not, so that there is no confusion in the travel that is expected. But from the ministry side, I can place it on the table of the, I can tell the House that whatever best we can do in terms of having safe operations and making people travel from those destinations back to India, we are able to do with the help of the airlines. They have also been very considerate, even though there is an active field that is there in the airspace in West Asia. They have been thoroughly looking at these slots where they are safe to operate and where the airports are open. They are trying to operate to these destinations. Until now, around 90,000 people have been able to travel in the last 1 week itself. And we are seeing the situation might get better in the days forward so that more people can also travel through civil aviation. And considering the AI 171 crash that happened in June last year, the investigation is going at a very good pace. And all the resources that are required for AIB, which is the primary agency which is looking into the investigation, the ministry is providing. And I would say that very soon, within the completion of the year, the report should be out. Sir, when we talk about Viksit Bharat, it is a grand vision that we have by 100 years of developed, 100 years of independence. We see a developed country. And I believe, the country believes, the Honorable Prime Minister believes that when you want to see a developed country, the civil aviation operations should be a priority sector. And it is with that vision, in the last 12 years, we have seen substantial growth. And I can proudly say that civil aviation has been one of the most progressive sectors in the country also. And when compared to other regions, Asia Pacific region, other sectors in the world, then our civil aviation stands out as the fastest growing and continues to grow for the next 20 years. And it is with that vision we have expanded on the airports. The number of aircrafts in our airspace have also doubled. The number of passengers have also doubled. And we are one of those countries where we can count on the fingertips that every day 5 lakh passengers are able to travel domestically, other than around 1 to 2 lakh passengers that travel internationally. And what is our plan for the future? Our plan for the future is that in the next 5 years, we want to have 50 more airports. And in the next 20 years, we want to have another 200 more airports. So our overall tally of airports reaches up to 350. And then we have 3 different sectors also that we are seeing. One is the regular airport operations. Then we have the seaplane operations, which we are also going to start very soon. We have changed the guidelines to make it much more easier for us to have seaplane operations in the country. And all the coastal areas, all the areas which are open to water bodies, northeast areas where there are good reservoirs or good rivers with good length, all these open up as additional air travel points for us. And the third sector that we are actively pursuing is to improve the helicopter operations. So these are the 3 sectors which we want to pursue in the next 20 odd years, where we see growth of air operations in the country. And when it comes to the safety aspect, DGCA is the main institution, the main authority which looks after the safety in the country. And for that, they have a multi-tier process, multi-level process to look into. One is the inspection process, then they have the inspection and surveillance. Then once the inspection and surveillance gives them findings, they have a very thorough investigative process. Once the findings are in front of them after the investigation, they have a strict enforcement policy also. And within these structures, I have to also let the member know that the whole safety does not originate locally, but the safety comes from International Civil Aviation Organization. It sits every now and then very regularly and gives out circulars, gives out safety assessments, and all these things flow from International Civil Aviation Organization, and we try to follow them 100%. Without any deviation from the international civil aviation, because aviation ultimately is not only domestic but also international. So when it comes to that, very thoroughly observing what ICAO is telling us in terms of safety and preparing our guidelines, preparing our programs and plans, safety plans, once the ICAO mentions its safety circulars, and preparing our own plan regarding it, and then enforcement along with safety inspection and also investigation. So this is a thorough process that we have, but I would like to also mention that in the recent months, some of the important activities that our DGCA has taken to improve our standards in a much better way is the involvement of digital operations. So we have made track by tail program where each and every aircraft is tracked digitally. And all the safety monitoring, which was usually done by paper, is now tracked digitally to see that all the compliances by the aircraft and the airlines are done on time. And then they have added another layer of inspection from the DGCA, not only what happens at the ground level, but up to the central headquarters also. So there is double verification on whatever safety inspections that are happening. And on top of that, the safety-wise, the circulars that are given, we are also assessing what is already there and trying to see how better we can implement them on the ground. So we are taking thorough feedback from the existing processes involving all the stakeholders, like you have mentioned, the airlines, Airport Authority of India, BCAS, and also public on many aspects. We are looking at the public feedback also and trying to integrate it so that we come out with the best safety norms and standards in the country. And if you look at it globally, ICAO rates us as one of the safest countries in the world when it comes to civil aviation travel. But we want to try for much better standards, and we will keep trying for that.